Good morning. God bless us. God protect us. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Okay. The constitutions of all states and the limited one federal are express trust indentures, aka contracts. The government workers are the trustees of the people. The people at will enter and exit the civil society. The people become beneficiaries in the civil society. Penalties for breach of trust are agreed to by all government servants when they sit in our seats of government, when they sit in our seats of office. Government workers are the servants, trustees, agents, substitutes, public officers of the people for the people's benefit. Let's look at a vocabulary term found in Black's Law Fourth Dictionary. This is a book used by lawyers and students wishing to become lawyers and judges to learn what words mean that they will encounter in the law. Let's look at breach of trust. And it says, any act done by a trustee contrary to the terms of his trust or in excess of his authority and to the detriment of the trust, or the wrongful omission by a trustee of any act required of him by the terms of the trust. Also, the wrongful misappropriation by a trustee of any fund or property which had been lawfully committed to him in a fiduciary character. Every violation by a trustee of a duty which equity lays upon him, whether willful and fraudulent, or done through negligence or arising through mere oversight and forgetfulness, is a breach of trust. The term, therefore, includes every omission and commission in carrying out the trust according to its terms of care and diligence in protecting and investing the trust property, and of using perfect good faith. A violation by the trustee of any duty which he owes to the beneficiary. This is a lot of information that you need to know. Please look it up. Breach of trust. You can also find that in the on Google. Look it up under. If you don't have the book itself, you can look it up. There are lots of free PDFs with the dictionary in them that you can find. Please find Dave Jose at Real Dave Cares for You. He is teaching the American people the rest of their authority over all government. And the rest of the authority that people have is not just voting. It is not just signing 1,000,000 signatures in a petition to try to correct what our government is doing. It is so much more authority, so much more power, enough to fix all government wrongdoings right now. We love good servants in government. We love them. We are grateful to their service as servants for us. But you know and agree, you know that there are those that are not good servants and they're working in our government. This is what we will correct. We will correct, and David Jose is teaching us how to do that, because it is not enough to just realize there is a problem. You have to go the next step. The next step is solve it. Stop that problem from being a problem. And you can do it within the law, because the American people are, the good American people, are people who love to do things inside the law, within the law. They like to do things lawfully. And with Dave Jose, you will see the written authority, the written law, the highest law of this entire nation that you were not properly taught in schools, that show you exactly what your true powers are and how to correct our government right now. Right now, together, right now. We can do this if you wish. Dave Jose at Real Dave Cares for You. Now we're going to look at the United States Constitution. Look it up under Ballotpedia is a great place to go. You'll see the link right here. You see the link. Now, this is a contract term. This is a term in the express trust indenture. The express trust indenture. And it says the following. It says, text of section 4, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion, and on application of the legislature or of the executive, when the legislature cannot be convened, against domestic violence. Now, I want us to please pay attention to this right here. First of all, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a Republican form of government. It has nothing to do with the Republican Party or the Democratic Party. Those are parties. That's a different thing. This is a Republican form. It is a type of form, a type of structure. And that's what our governments are in every single state, including the federal Constitution. They are all Republican form of government. That's what they are. Now, this part is what I want us to pay extra attention right now for this video. And shall protect each of them against invasion. Shall is a mandatory word. They have to do it. There are terms in the contract that are mandatory. There are things in the contract that are prohibitory. This word is a command. It must be done. It is required. It is an obligation. They have to do it. What do they have to do? Shall protect each of them against invasion. Well, what is invasion? What's an invasion? Let's find out what the law book says, the one that they're using to teach law students, the one they're teaching, the lawyers use these, the judges use these books. Let's see what they are teaching their students, shall we? Let's go. In the dictionary, Black's Law 4th edition, it says this: invasion, an encroachment upon the rights of another, the incursion of an army for conquest or plunder. Got it? The incursion of an army for conquest or plunder. Now, you have to ask yourself, have you seen the people coming in across our border from other nations, coming in with their attitudes and their own customs and their own ways and their flags, waving their flags, coming in as though they're taking over America? I feel that they are, but that's my understanding. I would love to know what your understanding is. What do you think that these people are coming over here from all over the world, including CCP China, including Russia, including all the people that like to remove certain limbs from people? Okay, do you see that they're doing any kind of plundering? Are they plundering? Okay, well, do you feel like it's plunder when you work really hard and make your money, save your money to provide for your loved ones, and it is taken from you, and you are made to let go of it, and then it is given to people who come into our nation? It is, even before they come into our nation, it is used to be sent in flyers and papers and documented and invitations to please come to our nation. And once they're here, they are flown or bused to different states, and they are provided food and shelter and medication, insurance, all sorts of goodies. And so, do you feel that that is a plunder to your work, to your gains of your industry? Because I feel that it is. I feel that it is for mine. They're taking it from me, and they're giving it not to my people. They're here in the United States of America. They're giving it to people from other nations. Are you wanting to give your money to China, where they are doing things that may not be very good? Not, in my opinion, they're not very good treatment of their people. But you think about this. Are they? Okay, the incursion of an army for conquest or plunder. You think about what that means. I'm just reading it to you, and I'm giving you what I feel that it means. For me, it affects me this way, but let's see how it affects you. Now, let's look at another word: breach of duty. In a general sense, any violation or omission of a legal or moral duty, more particularly the neglect or failure to fulfill in a just and proper manner the duties of an office or fiduciary employment. Every violation of a trustee of a duty which equity lays upon him, whether willful and fraudulent, or done through negligence, or arising through mere oversight or forgetfulness, is a breach of duty. All right, let's look some more. Well, what does it say in this term, this dictionary word? Breach of contract. It says this. It says failure without legal excuse to perform any promise which forms the whole or part of a contract. Interesting. Prevention or hindrance by party to contract of any occurrence or performance requisite under the contract for the creation or continuance of a right in favor of the other party, or the discharge of a duty by him. Interesting. It says this also. It says unequivocal, distinct, and absolute refusal to perform agreement. That's very interesting. It says this too. Violation of obligation. Wow. Violation of obligation. What's an obligation? It's a duty. What's a duty? It's an obligation. Is it not? Now, when you see this again, based on those words in the dictionary, let's read it together. The United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government, and shall protect each of them against invasion. Oh my goodness, that word invasion. It's an interesting word. Let's look it up. Oh, and let's look up breach of duty. Let's look up breach of duty. Let's look breach of contract. Oh my goodness, lots of fun words here. Remember, once you know that there is a problem, it just gives you stomachache if you don't know how to solve it. Oh my goodness, the problem here, the problem there. What do we do with all these problems? If you don't know how to solve the problem, it gives you a stomachache, maybe even a headache, maybe even gets you sick. All right, let's not do that. Let's not get a stomachache or have a headache or get sick, get stressed out. Let's just solve it together. Use the rest of our powers as one of the people. Each one of us is one of the people. And guess what? In the contract, all government servants are sworn and duty bound to protect the people. And I am one of the people that needs to be protected against invasion. Are you? Let's say so in a notice. Dave Jose has these wonderful notices that tell our government we know that we have more authority than was taught to us. We know what it is now. We have the guaranteed powerful right to instruct our government, to tell them, remind them what the law is that they swore to and that they are bound to comply with, and let them know that we know we have rights, right, as the people, that they already are duty bound to protect. And one of them is to be protected against invasion. There it is. That's what we can do. That's how we solve the problem together. Let's go, guys. Let's go.